Now I get to introduce a beautiful couple. I have known Joey for, about, 14, 15 years, maybe longer. He was a star at Keller Williams, big-time producer. They made an opportunity for him to become a trainer and a coach, and he was doing that, but I took off for EXP, and he was always saying, how's it going, how's it going? And a few years later after I came, he goes, Brent, I'm coming to EXP. And today he has hundreds of agents in his organization. But the most important thing is he met and found the love of his life, Sophia. And Sophia is like lightning in a bottle. Like, Joey, you did good, buddy. I know you're going to be big time successful at EXP. They just got married a couple years ago or so. And we just love them and respect them. So help me welcome to the stage Joseph and Sophia Satariano.
Good morning. How's everybody doing today? Is this exciting or what?
Yeah.
Boy, we're not even halfway through and just some great inspiration. But before we get started, let's give that panel a hand. Boy, when Brent called us to ask us to speak, we were just so honored and humbled. And we're just hoping over the next 10 or 15 minutes, we can give you guys some ideas that really can sell you on yourself. If one of you says yes to this opportunity, then Sophie and I, it's all worth it for us. That makes sense? How many of you want to say yes? Yes. Okay, great. Awesome. So this morning as we were thinking, we came up with a quote that we want to share with you to get started. It's by Tim Connor. He said that life offers no guarantees, just choices.
It offers no certainty, but consequences.
It offers no predictable outcome, just
the privilege of pursuit.
So let's jump right in.
All right.
You guys can clap for that if you want.
All right.
So guys, nearly 4 years ago, we were in your seats right now, questioning whether we could do this. We weren't sure if this was going to work for us. We were just in that transitional moment. And I brought my wife, well, she wasn't my wife at the time. Give her a hand, another hand, by the way. And I just wanted her to come with me because I wanted her to see what it was that we were looking at. And it's exciting. So here's a little bit about my story. I started real estate back in 2003 with RE/MAX. I was with RE/MAX about 5 years. And then finally, Keller Williams got me over about 5 years later. I was there, great company, as Brent was saying earlier. I learned a lot from them. And then I had a turning point. And that turning point is, when I say turning points, guys, write this down. We're driven by two things, inspiration or desperation. So you can leave this weekend this week with the idea of I want to be inspired, or you can wait for life to give you a left hook and get desperate. Does that make sense? This is a sign of how desperate I was. I was 90 pounds overweight. I was tried out for the Michelin Man commercial because I was so big. You guys can laugh at that. And I literally had to swing my left leg over just to turn over in bed. My upper lip sweat when I was tying my shoe. I made more money this year than I ever did, but you know what? I was poor in every other area of my life. I went through a divorce. I didn't have time for my family. I didn't have time for my life. I was stuck on the transactional treadmill. And I began questioning what it was I was chasing. And then finally, this amazing man, Brent, he would not leave me alone. And Brent, thank you so much for not giving up on just chasing me constantly and just loving on me. Thank you so much, Brent. And then I made the move.
Awesome. A little bit about me, guys. I was a former foster child my entire life. I was born into the system and emancipated out of the system. So it's very humbling for me to be on the stage in front of you guys because my goal was to not be a statistic. Oh, I got the word right. I always struggle with that word. At 18, I was working with the Department of Social Services. Obviously, it's near and dear to my heart. Fast forward to 2015, I was at Keller Williams. I was their front desk and their ASC, and I did that for about 3.5 years. In 2019, that relationship came to an end because of conflict of an interest. So I was kindly asked to leave. And then Lion hired me. Fast forward to 2020, that's where the Goves came into my life. Specifically Christina Gove, who was doing all of the onboarding. I've taken over that position for almost 4 years now, and I do all the international onboarding for Brent Gove's whole levels. Yeah, thank you. And then on a personal note, I'm also on the board with a program called Aging Up. It is a mentor program for foster kids from 13 to 20, because mostly those kids are either on the streets or in jail. So yeah, that's a little bit about me. A little bit our story. So we did meet at Keller Williams in 2015. We were engaged by 2019, and it survived COVID 2020. And then we said I do in 2021.
Did I do good or what? So, hey, you single gentlemen out there, do not underestimate the power of being nice to the front desk girl.
This is our family. We are a blended family. We have 2 boys. We have Joseph, who is 12, and then we have little Makayo, who's 7. And those are my in-laws. They are the sweetest people ever. I'm actually wearing earrings she gave me for good luck today. Yeah, so that's our family. It's our whole world.
Before you transition, so guys, this is a different picture than I had before. Please write this down. It's time to build our business around our life and not our life around our business. Make sense? So nearly, 2020, I think Rob Flick's in the room. Rob, thanks for putting on that event, because that's where we caught our fire.
That's right.
We caught our fire in your seats. Guys, I was on my knees today praying that you guys would catch the fire that we all want you to catch.
That's right.
And that's when everything changed.
That is when everything changed. Right? I mentioned I got hired by Lion. I had got hired by Lion for a week, and then I was at that event. Somebody put a picture of me on social media, and it got to Lion headquarters. I was fired before I even landed back in the States. Yes, because my husband, we weren't married at the time, never mind. We were dating. They fired me because he chose to be with EXP. And so we had a lot of breakdowns before we had our breakthrough. So if you're going through a breakdown or uncertain times, just keep going and keep praying. And we also found out that there is blessings in the breaking. I'm so honored to be working with the Goves and very blessed to be here. All right, so some main points today for you guys to take away. We're going to talk about our, I love you too. We're going to talk, I'm on a timer, guys. We're going to talk about our CEO, our core beliefs, focus on the mission, the communities that we formed, and our uncommon life. All right.
So, you know, through this transition, we thought, I better get somebody else better in charge, because if I'm in charge, I'm going to mess it up. So we were searching all over the world looking for a CEO that would be the best and the best of changing lives. If we're going to do this right, we wanted to find one. So give me a drum roll, please. So we found Jesus Christ. Guys, we spend time praying over our groups, over their marriages, over their finances. You know what? Because if I have him in charge, then you know what? Then we know that they're going to get everything they need. Does that make sense?
That's right.
So first it was my story, then her story, our story, and now we're going to write his story.
His story.
You guys can clap for that, by the way.
So our first core belief is that we believe that inspiration and love is the cornerstone of everything that we do.
Guys, the core belief is when it comes to our real estate business, our organization, we want to fill it with love and compassion. You've heard Brent say it. We're building a love boat, right? And our goal is to outlove the competition. Not just because they're coming, but outlove them. Because most brokerages will wait till you say you're leaving to either try to take the gentleman's listings for ransom, right? Or give them the fees, give them a free house. That's called manipulation. We don't believe in that. We'd rather be inspiration.
We're going to love on you. Our second core belief is we are firm believers in asking for help. Because if it was just to us, we would mess it up.
Yeah, exactly. The more and more successful we become, obviously our numbers are small compared to a lot of people that are coming on stage, right?
Which is exciting for you, because you can do it too.
Yes, exactly. But the more successful we become, the more we realize how much more help we need. So what I want to just take a moment, and I want to thank Brent, James, Rob, and the whole staff for just putting on this event
Give
and
them
just
a round of
loving
applause,
on us.
please.
Give them a round of applause.
Thanks so much. Earlier, you heard that you need to know who your leaders are. So Veronica Figueroa said it best. She said, collaboration is the new competition. Stop going against each other and start going with each other. So these are some of our team leaders. So we have Kevin Cooper, Leah Barraza, Paul Frank, he is with EXP Commercial, and we have Mr. Jason Hamilton. And right down in the center is our #1 builder. His name is Andrew Avalos. He is a team leader, an icon agent, a success coach, and he's the founder of the Lion's Den, where he's teaching his organization how to age and attract.
Andrew, you here?
Where you at, Andrew? Stand up.
Come on, stand up, Andrew. Where you at?
Wherever you are, if you guys see him.
Oh, well, there he is. Andrew, if you guys want to learn about how he's doing with the Lion's Den, Andrew Avalos, you should check him out.
Definitely talk to him. All right, so next what we did is we formed communities. So RETN is the Real Estate Training Network.
Yes, and it's RETN puts on live events. We've had Les Brown, we've had Elena Cardone. We put on these live events, and it's to add value to our organization, add value to the brokerage community. Write this down. Love is the #1 business strategy. We want to outlove it, right?
Yep.
And we record them. We have an on-demand learning platform where they can come in. They could use it to help out with their production, their revenue share, or even when they're building a group.
Yep, and we also, RETN hosts Wisdom Wednesdays, where our whole organization is invited and we bring key speakers in.
Yeah, so
Elena Cardone was our last one. That was very exciting.
Amazing.
Second is Kingdom Warriors. It is a Christ-centered community where we're bringing God into the marketplace. Thank you.
You know, guys, it's a place where we gather, right? Because if you're going to be wealthy in every area of your life, you got to make sure that you are working on your spirit, right? So we believe that what God is doing through Kingdom Warriors is we are transforming our followers into leaders and our leaders into agents
of change. That's right, Kingdom Warriors. Our mission statement.
Our mission statement is for our organization to be wealthy in every area of their life.
So that we can be free to create.
Free to inspire.
And free to love others.
With our God-given time, talents, and treasures.
All right, so 4 R's of building an organization. The first one was recruiting. We were not big recruiters when we first came to EXP, but then we realized that there's an opportunity in it. And with our retention, we also have our communities. We have our Kingdom Warriors. We have our RETN. Anything to add?
Well, what I want to add is, for those of you who don't know Sean Kokoska, he's my coach.
Oh, yeah.
You should check him out. He's amazing. This is his 4 R's. And on the recruiting part of it, I know we've talked about a lot of active recruiting. We adopted what Brent has showed us as far as soft recruiting. So that's in our events. So we're constantly having events and gatherings to do soft recruiting and with the retention.
On top of retention, when you guys have things for your personal organizations, EXP also has retention too. So when you guys are out there and you guys are recruiting, I don't know if you're aware, but the university just made a whole new platform, and it's called Take Action Path to Production. And it's geared for the agent who doesn't have borders around their business. So that's online, as well as they have live classes in the world every single day. And then their YouTube channel, they go live 6 hours a day. So make sure that when you guys are talking and people are like, oh, there's no training. There is training. You just have to go into the world and visit them. So make sure you guys take a picture of that one.
Okay.
Oh, and the first 30 days. This is important. As the onboarding, people always ask me, where's the first 30 days? EXP didn't have one for a while. They now have one. But they put Brent's video on day 21. I think that should be first. That's the only change I would make. So if you guys are looking for somebody and they need step-by-step, EXP now has a first 30 days. So make sure you guys are aware about that.
And then reproduction, right? If your organization is going to continue growing, you want to reproduce what you're doing, right? We've often heard saying that if it's not duplicatable, it doesn't matter. So having systems in place where you can duplicate and reproduce what you're doing. And lastly is revenue. I mean, without revenue, nothing's happening. So having a focus and foot on the gas when it comes to revenue. And these are some production tips. Right now in this challenging time with the news and all the negative media, folks, it's time to double down on our personal growth. I call it a PGR, right? So if you're used to reading 1 book a month, it's 2 books a month. If you're used to going to 4 events a year, and now it's 8 events a year, but doubling down on that. Next is holding every dollar accountable. I know some of you guys think these are basics, and they are, but we haven't had to really look at our expenses very much in the last 10 years, right? And then next is expand your business, your territory for business. If transaction counts have gone down, the best way to cure that is to have a bigger market, right? So I encourage that as well. And then rebuilding and redefining your team. What agents do you have in your team that you've been investing in time and maybe not getting the return? Maybe they're not being coachable. It's time to rebuild and redefine. And then this is one of my favorite ones that Gene shared with us in one of our calls was experts are saying that 30% of the business of the real estate agents are going to be leaving the industry, right? So offer to buy their book of business. or offer to take over their book of business for referrals, maybe keep them in the game so they could re-enter later on.
And then our last point was the uncommon life. And what that means for us is to create a legacy that outlives us, a legacy that's going to give our children choices.
You know, what EXP has done for us is they've allowed us to be able to build a legacy, right? My favorite book says, a good man saves an inheritance for his children's children. Well, with what EXP has, it could be your children's 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 children, right? Our goal is to leave an impact on this world and make it a better place because we were here, right? And we want to impact millions of lives, and thank you to Glenn for putting a model together that would allow us to be expressful in that area.
So should we invite them?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
So guys, how many of you want to live an uncommon life? Right?
All right.
So how many of you want to stand up for your dreams? Right?
I'm sorry, how many of you want to stand up for your dreams? Okay, that's better.
So stand up.
Stand up.
Stand up. Let's go over here. And
All right.
And I want to declare that, I want you to repeat this quote after us, but I want you to match our energy. We're going to declare it over your life. Okay? Here we go. I do not choose to be a common man.
It is my right to be uncommon if I can.
It's my right to be uncommon if I can. I seek opportunity and not security.
I do not wish to be a kept citizen.
Humble the dull by having the state look after me.
I want to take the calculated risk.
I'm going to take the calculator.
There you go.
To dream, to build, to fail, and to succeed.
I prefer the challenges of life to the guaranteed existence.
For the challenges of life. The thrill of fulfillment to the stale, comma utopia.
I will never cower before any master or bend to any threat.
It is my heritage to stand erect, proud and unafraid, and
to think and act for myself and to face this world boldly and say,
with the help of, sorry.
Go ahead. We're going to redo that one. To think and act for myself and to face this world boldly and say, with the help of God, this I have done. Thank you.